G'day guys, so today we're taking a look at neck mobility and flexibility. So basically, if you don't use it, you lose it. So what we're going to do here is try and move the head into all the available positions and ranges just to open up those areas and just remind the nervous system that there is more movement there than we often use, right? So I'm just going right up to the edge of discomfort, just going into full rotation, keeping my eyes on the horizon, trying to maintain a nice still torso and getting all of that rotation actually from the neck. Next, I'm moving into extension and flexion. So here again, I'm holding my torso still and I'm reaching up and I'm getting a really good stretch in my neck flexors. And then when the head comes down, I'm pushing the chin back into the throat, or the chin back into the throat, and sort of like out the back of my neck and lifting the bottom of the skull up towards the sky or the roof, just to really get that extension and stretch as well. This one I found especially good for releasing all that tension just below the jaw, the top of the neck flexors there. I didn't realize quite how tight it was or how much range of motion I was missing before I started using that one. It's really started to free up. The next one is the kind of staring down at your phone or computer posture that we all kind of get trapped in from time to time. Here, we're using the muscles, we're strengthening the muscles that are going to hold our head in a better alignment. So as we come back, we're strengthening those neck flexors, the muscles that run sort of either side of the throat, really pushing back up into a nice tall position with the head nicely aligned with the torso. The slouch type computer forward head posture encourages those neck flexors to be long and weak. So anything that you can do to retract and go into that sort of double chin position, pushing the head back into the throat, you will engage those. And obviously when we're looking at neck mobility, we want the head sitting aligned with the rest of the torso. So a part of the mobility is strengthening what's weak, obviously. Okay, so the last couple in this video here is it looks like just your normal side bend of the head, but what we're actually doing here is we're trying to drive that higher ear to the roof. This is getting more into the scalenes and a bit of upper trap. I can certainly feel a bit of SCM when I do this as well. So it's releasing all of those muscles that hold a lot of tension or they're caught quite taut or tight from that non-ideal postural position as well. So just back and forth, just on the breath. So breathing out at the end ranges of all of these. So when you're getting to the end range, you're breathing out. When you're moving from one side to the other, we're breathing in usually. We're not forcing it, but like I said, we are taking it to a point of, the edge of discomfort. You really want to sort of lean into it a little bit. And the thing is with this stuff is doing it once, doing it twice, you might get some change. But doing this on the daily for 5 minutes, oh my God, your neck will feel 20 years younger. I had some real neck issues for quite a while. I've been doing this stuff now for probably the best part of about 4 months. I would say I've done it 8 out of 10 days in the last 3 or 4 months, and my neck just feels brand new again. And the last one, we're just adding in a chin to chest. So we're going ear high and then down chin to chest. And then swapping sides, ear high and then chin to chest. We're sort of rolling across the front of the body there. So a little bit of rotation as we swap sides, just to get a little bit more through the back of the neck, just to finish it off. Now, that's all great. There's a lot of isolation work there for the neck. I think it's always really important once you've done some isolation work to integrate that in a little bit further to the rest of the body. So in a sec, I just transition over to some stuff that involves the thoracic. I think if you're looking to improve the neck, you have to consider the thoracic, because the health of the neck is really governed by how much range of motion, how much mobility you have in your thoracic. So here I am just going through flexion and extension in the neck again, but I'm also protracting and retracting the shoulder blades as if I was doing some sort of serratus anterior exercise. So we're dropping in, extending out and protracting the shoulders. And that's really just working on that thoracic mobility, but tying that in with the newfound range of motion that I've got from that isolation work. So it becomes a little bit more part of the system. So just doing something in isolation is never going to be as effective as then doing it in as more of an integrated movement into more of the body. And then I took it one step further and just did a few cat-cows. Just really pushing through the floor there, getting as much protraction as I can, trying to unwind any trigger points right up deep in the where the rib cage meets the spine. Just trying to really lengthen that out as much as I can, involve a little bit more of the spine, and just really open up that thoracic as much as I possibly can. Just really going into flexion and extension. Now, if you wanted to take this one step further and really try and drive this improvement in these areas into the system, you would then follow that up with some sort of postural work that involves strengthening lower and mid traps and probably the rhomboids too, maybe even some external rotation at the shoulder, just to really sort of hold those positions. Because if you don't stabilize it and strengthen it, the likelihood is just going to fall back out. All right, guys, if you've got any questions, let us know.